Hey, welcome to another episode of Meet the Shoe Podcast. I am Sade.
I'm Nina. What up, Friday?
What up, Friday? And be prepared to be sick of us. Yes, we back on it. Yes, we are.
Right.
Okay, my short part. And we're going to talk about P. Diddy again. And we're going to keep on talking until we hit a verdict otherwise.
Yeah, so we heard the defense today, right? The defense got down.
Okay.
I believe it is lawyer in the closing argument, Mark Shapiro, I
Uh-huh.
believe it is. So basically what he broke down was Cassie got caught. Diddy should not be going to jail for 30 to life for him and his woman being a swinger. Him and
Exactly.
his woman was a swinger. Him and his woman agreed to everything they was doing.
Yep.
Nobody was forced. All of the witnesses got caught lying. Every
Mm-hmm.
single witness that got on the stand got caught lying.
Mm-hmm.
He really harped on. So there was a part in the testimony where they really tried to go hard with Cassie's mom, stating that Diddy was extorting her. What it was, and I put a video up yesterday of Joe Buttons breaking it down, and really, Sade, the way I want you to go back and listen to Joe Buttons, you will be so irritated with what he how he described it. He described that what they were doing, what Cassie and her friends were doing, was plotting against Diddy because he was with Young Miami and all these other girls. But what he found out was, remember how Jane said that she's still being, her rent is still being paid? Diddy has so much money and so many people working for him that he can't catch things. It has to be somebody that is working for him that has to catch it, or his money dwindling enough to where he'll go back and take a look at, his statements, right? But then if you have these people working for you that's stealing from you too and plotting against you too, then who do you trust, right? So what he found out was, damn, I'm paying this trainer and you're sleeping with the trainer. He went through her phone and he found out that her current husband, right now, her current husband was being paid on the payroll and she was doing it to him. So Diddy found that out and was like, no, y'all finna run me that money back. Y'all need to run me that money back. So the lawyer broke that down like Cassie was pimping Diddy too. It's not funny. It's not funny, but it's just like, why why are we constantly, like I said, we don't want we don't want the government in our businesses, in our bedrooms. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And she was just as much of a finesser as Diddy was. Why is Diddy going to jail for them swinging? They're
That's what.
swinging.
Yeah. That's what
Like
I
that,
say.
that's basically what we're talking about. And no, y'all, we're not saying anything about the domestic violence. Yes, he was wrong. We
Yes,
know
he
that he was
was.
out of pocket for whooping her the way he did in that hotel room. But even the statute of limitations on that is gone. The man don't deserve to
Exactly.
go to jail for 30 years.
He don't. I mean, there's a lot of swingers out here in this world. You would be, you wouldn't imagine. There, yeah, it's a lot of them. A lot of swingers. So that's
Yeah.
why I don't understand how would y'all. Okay, yeah, he just like we said, the abuse should have been addressed when it happened. The fights and all that stuff should have been dropped. So Chill Will say, "Hey ladies, hey Chill
Hey,
Will,
chill, Will.
this is so inhumane how they just incarcerate you with no solid proof, just messed up a person's mental health and etc. Just because
Yeah.
you are black, I feel. So
Yeah.
why she not locked up? Exactly. Why she's not locked up?
Yes, chill, Will. Oh my God. Yes, that is a fact. It's like she was in conspiracy with him. I don't
Exactly.
care about the immunity and all of that. She definitely was in cahoot. So who's the Rico? See, here's the thing, what people's not really not getting, that we got to keep saying, it's on the government to prove its case.
Exactly.
It's on Diddy's 10 lawyers to prove reasonable doubt. It's so much reasonable doubt in the whole thing. The fact that the parent came up there to testify. Now you should help your child out, right?
Yes.
But lady, from what's unfolded is that Diddy told you you better run that money back or he was gonna embarrass you, because y'all already schemed him out of the money with the trainer that your daughter was sleeping with, and he's saying,
Exactly.
"Don't play me, don't play me." But
Yeah.
then end up paying her anyway. And then here's
And
the
that
thing
pan.
about, I wish that the attorney would have stated yesterday in court was about how, remember at the BET Awards when he was like, "I love you, I love Cassie, and I appreciate the time, that we had," all of that.
Yeah.
Everybody to this day is really stuck and focused on she's with this man
Mm-hmm.
that she met through Diddy,
Right.
right? She still stated that she was finna say that she still loved him, but of course
Yes.
she couldn't.
Yes.
She said she loved. What woman gets on the? I mean, think of that. Chill, will think of that. What woman gets on the stand? What will say that? I mean, I was in love. I'm in love with what we had. I ain't
Yes.
saying none of that. Even if it was
Exactly.
true.
Especially if you had some type of ill will. So that showed that the prosecution put vice grips on her. They made it to her saying you have to say this stuff or you're gonna get charged. That's what that's about. So she
Right.
had to. It was like she was in the middle, but she knew that she knew she fully cooperated with what was going on, what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to do that. I don't. She was not coerced, just like the other young lady. She wasn't coerced either. I thought they
Yeah.
would have more people saying that they were like really sexually abused. At one point in time, they were saying that he abused kids, and then none of that came up. You
None
know
of
what
that
I'm saying?
came
So,
out.
I mean, I don't know.
And then another thing, they say that this was a big Rico. I thought we were gonna hear women in the studio having sex, getting, sucked off or whatever. I thought it was gonna be some big sex stuff in the studios, in the office, behind the desk,
Yes,
I thought it
right.
was.
Right, Chill Will. She said she is sick as hell. They are forcing her to say certain things, but every dog got their day. Karma is real. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I said that from the beginning. They're forcing her to say things, but it's being contradictory because she was saying she don't want other women in their bed, so she had to do what she wanted to do to be with her man. And that if that called for her having sex with other men, and she liked it and it turned her on, that's what they did. They were swingers. They was just
I mean, and then you know what else? What they also stated was that Kim Porter, rest in peace, he takes care of his children though. And I love the fact that all the daughters is there, the whole family is there supporting their father, right?
mm-hmm.
You should. I don't care what he done. The thing about it was they said Kim Porter was doing it too.
But she's not here to defend
Defend
herself. She's not
herself.
here to say nothing. So they shouldn't even brought that up. That shouldn't even been nothing on the
My
table.
you're right, but my point of bringing that up is there is no coercion. You
No.
know what he's about before you get with him.
Yeah.
The industry, the world is small. This is just the United States.
Right.
Everybody in the United States can be touched, found, uh, you know, you can be touched.
Yeah.
The
Just
fact
like
that they were constantly making it as though these people were made to do things, it's like everybody feels that he should be not guilty. It's like they want him to be guilty, right? Because they hear all these monster things, but we're talking about the charge in place. When you think of Rico, you think the
it's too much.
mafia, you think drug, and also y'all, 0.7 grams of cocaine. The man
That's
cannot.
nothing. You
Go
can't
to
even
jail.
add you can't even add that in the RICO Act because you have to have at least 4.5 ounces or more to be saying you are a drug dealer and it's a federal offense. 4.5 or more, right?
Child, they said the man has a RICO for point 0.7 grams, y'all.
That's illegal. That's illegal. That's not
I'm
right.
saying point
That's
0.7
that's
grams.
that's a state charge in a fifth degree possession.
That's what I'm saying. And
Fifth
then
degree possession of state.
didn't you say the other day that what was it? Can you explain that again about how the sexual, what were you saying about the sex charge? That it's like the prostitution, how they get prostitutes?
Well, for it to be sex trafficking,
Mm-hmm.
it has to be an unwilling participant that you done kidnapped
Okay.
and forced into being a sex slave that's
Mm-hmm.
never even been a part of the sex scene anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you have them caged up and you just taking them different places to have sex or bringing other men in to have sex with them. Other men, not just Cassie and him. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't see how they can say sex trafficking at all. At
I
all.
think I think that the reason why we're so stuck on this right now is the fact that you have to pay attention to how government is doing, because you never know when you could be caught up or mixed up into something, right?
Hmm.
It could happen to anybody,
Anybody.
especially now that this case is blown up like this and they're using him as he is far less guilty than
Yeah.
Epstein or the other, the Abbott and Crumby
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Like, there's no focus on those guys, and the fact of it that majority of his team is white and they're pointing all these racial things out
Yeah.
is a great thing, because if he didn't have the team that he had, we know most black people, when you're charged in a crime, the jury is always white.
Yeah.
The fact that he was lucky enough to have the money to make a fair juries of his
Exactly.
peers is a blessing within
It's a
itself.
blessing. It is. It is.
I
It,
can't see, do you see 12 people convicting him?
no, I don't see it.
I don't see that.
I don't see
I
it
don't
at
see
all.
that. And see, what one thing about it is the jury's tired. They've
They
been doing
tired.
this since
They,
May.
I think they gonna come up with a verdict. Was it closing arguments today?
Yes.
Because they said the prosecution got down too. Now I'm hearing that a little bit too. The
Yeah, yeah.
prosecution,
The
but
prosecution got down yesterday, but Shapiro
no, they
today.
had a rebuttal to the defense tonight. I mean, this evening. I think that's
Oh,
what.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I didn't catch that. This was just
yeah,
like 2 hours ago.
yeah.
I got from what the defense chopped them down, right?
Okay.
And raised lots of reasonable doubt.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then so you're saying the prosecution came back
With
off
a, they
of
said
what?
with a rebuttal. Rebuttal. I'm not sure because I didn't get the chance to really see because I think it was the last of it. But I'm assuming the jury should be trying to get. Well, they probably won't get the instructions until in the morning to or to go
No,
back
no,
and
no, no. They got the instructions.
yeah, I mean not the instructions, but to say okay, now y'all go back and see what y'all want to do. Come back with
Yeah.
y'all verdict.
Put
What's funny to me is when sometimes if the judge don't like the verdict, they make them go back.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
Yep. Oh, she said, um, let R. Kelly out, let P. Diddy out, let all our people out who have served over 36 months. They are letting our police officers unalive people on camera and getting out after 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. Here's the thing about that as well is that um there's a lot of things that people say about Trump, right? One thing that I'm finding out about him is that if they get the right cases to him, he's showing that these long, lengthy sentences
Don't make
are
sense.
really not worth it. If some you gonna do what you gonna do,
Yeah,
right? You being locked behind bars isn't preventing you from taking a life. You could take the life that's around you if that's
Right,
just what you want to do, right?
right.
Um, Also, they're stating that remember, it was a big thing a few weeks ago that Trump will probably pardon Diddy
Yeah,
anyway,
right.
and that in the next, I believe next month, there's supposed to be 1,000 inmates released from federal custody as well,
Wow.
going on home arrest. Now we don't know if this is a move from the war, but there's silent things happening in the justice system that
Exactly.
people are very unaware of, that's not even causing people to be locked up a long time
Right.
anyway.
That's why a lot of people that he has gotten out, like the Chrisleys and stuff like that, they're advocating. They
Yeah,
are actively advocating for other people that's been in prison for a long time, but
yeah,
non-violent crimes, and some people that's been there forever. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
They are, trying to be, active and help those people out. From what I'm hearing, so
right,
it's always good to have people that are famous and that's got a hold of government and really close to them, like the Chrisleys or Miss Alice and all that, because they know how it is inside those walls, behind the walls. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
know, they've been hearing stories. She sat there
mhm,
for 20 something years. She done seen how corrupt the justice system is,
mhm,
especially inside behind the closed doors, because it's still going on. Even though you're doing your time, it's still certain things that's happening to people, individuals in prison, that some people don't even make it out of. You know what I'm saying?
right,
They don't have the mental capacity to even flourish in there, because you're being treated so bad.
right,
So yeah, get those people out of there. I mean, come on, we don't turn into a country saying war on crime and all that type of stuff, that you got people sitting in there 20 and 30 years of life for drugs. Come on now, it
right,
don't make sense.
right, right. I hope that like we said, we're very appreciative that his family has been there. His mom has been there every step of the way, and that lady is in her 80s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't care what was going on.
God,
Diddy,
she's
we're
there.
talking about not the rumors of the things that he's done, and not the conversations of him not paying these people, but it's all about money.
But the whole thing is him not paying people. This, the industry was set up in a way that you don't make as much as you think you're making.
Mm,
He's not the only one playing that game.
mhm, mhm.
Everybody that's been in the music industry, that's been high up, Sony, all them, they did not pay their artists like they should have. And you know
No.
what? If you don't read the fine print, you're gonna
Mhm.
be really screwed. Look what they
Right.
did to Tony Braxton.
Yeah.
She was only making so many cents off a copy, and
Yeah.
she stole and didn't even realize it.
Tony Braxton, TLC.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? This stuff been
Even
going on
Tina
forever.
Turner. And look at Prince. Prince, people don't
Yeah,
even know Prince is one of the developers of Spotify.
right. See?
The one of the developers of Spotify. You heard Will Smith say that him, Jay-Z, and Prince was supposed to start a record label, right? Along with Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? Look at Diddy. What y'all's not realizing is Diddy, all Diddy wanted was something for his people. He was finna start the Black Party.
Yeah,
He sued DeLeon, right?
yeah,
And all this fell into this. So now we go into his bedroom to embarrass him. These are things that everybody should be paying attention to, whether you like them or not. Right is right and wrong is wrong. We know already, okay, he did the time for a domestic abuse case. If we just want to be technical, he did
yeah,
the time for what he did to Cassie. Right now, he done a year and a day. That's what you get. He did the
yes,
time. Next month, that would be his time. You only do 10 months,
yeah.
which would be a
Some
year
people,
and a day
some
off
people don't
of.
do that much for domestic. They get a slap on the wrist, and if you
I'm
get a
saying
danger on,
the max
yeah,
time is a year
yeah,
and a day, and you do 10 months in feds, you do 10 months. So he
Right.
did the time for what he did to Cassie. If that's what we want to, you know what I mean?
If that's what,
Like
yeah.
that's all he's guilty of. He did that time. Time served.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So hopefully by 4th of July, which is next Friday, not guilty, and he'll be home eating a holiday meal with his children. Right?
What? Okay. Another thing. Now, if he is to beat this charge, go home. A lot of
Mhm.
people say his reputation is chopped and screwed. Uh, maybe as an individual, as a person, yeah. But as an artist, I don't think so.
Guess what? Not even as a person. Because
Yeah.
the people that matter still need him.
Yeah.
He's still needed, and his Midas touch is still wanted and needed in the music industry, whether
Yeah.
people want to believe it or not. And guess what? He went over to Global.
Mm-hmm.
He went
Yeah.
over to Revolt. He
Yes.
created Revolt, right?
Yeah.
So Revolt is still going strong.
Sure is.
He only stepped down to let them take, what was going on because he's locked up.
Exactly.
Guess what? Just like he developed Revolt, that brain's still going in there. He's still in there. What people ain't getting is when you locked up, you in there with millions of mastermind
Yeah.
ideas. He
Yeah.
done wrote all that down.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
gonna get out and get on again. The
Yeah.
thing about it is he's a master of resources.
Exactly.
He don't care about developing a new team. And guess what he did learn is that won't nobody in his business be in his private life.
Yes.
That's all. That's it. Because that's all we
You know,
seen that he done,
you
really.
know, cut people off. Really cut them off. Like,
Yeah.
wasn't that by me? I'm gone. I'm done. It ain't
Yeah.
no, what I'm saying, kiki and cat. Woo!
Well, y'all, we thank
Thank
you
you
so much
guys.
for tuning in. We will be
Yes.
back on Monday. Hopefully, we'll see. And yes, we'll be talking about Diddy and whatever else is in the news. Of course, Trump. That's what we've been covering lately,
Okay.
right? Check
Okay.
out our sponsors. Who's our sponsor, Sade?
Cashmere Lux hair products, Lena Beans body butter, and
Mhm.
Bossed Up Beauty activewear. Guys, hit the link, buy something, support us, or even support us with Cash App. You see our Cash App going across that screen?
Hey.
NSMTSHU 16, because the 16 is when we started. 2016 started this podcast. So you
Yeah.
guys, hit us up. You know what I'm saying? Hit
Yeah.
us up.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mhm.